Hello, good day, good morning to you, good evening, and wherever you are today. Thank you so much for joining us on the show once again. This is Ayo on FarmerHUbTv. I'm so glad to have you back on the show again. And we've been lucky enough to get our guest for of last week back on the show. And I'm just want to say I'm truly sorry. It was actually my fault. We There's a time change in Canada, which I totally forgot about. So by the time I was scheduling the show, I forgot about the time change. So that's exactly what happened. It wasn't our guest fault, but totally mine. So I'm so sorry, guys, for mixing that up. But I'm so glad that we are back today, and we still have him back today. And he's got a lot of information for us to share with us. And he's one of those that you say farmers helping farmers. He's always willing to help others as well. And the person I'm still talking about is Mr. Dele Ibitoye, who is the CEO of Pinfarm Agro Services, and he's a trained engineer, and he's been into farming a long time. He's been farming for about 40 years thereabout, give or take. So I have him on the show today, and we're so glad that he's still been able to join us. We have wonderful family in Farmer Hub, and they're always willing to share their experiences with every other farmer as well. So let's just go on with the show. Don't let us waste time. I'm going to bring our guest today on the show, Mr. Dele Ibitoye, and he's going to share a little bit about himself with us. Thank you. Hello, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining us. And like I said, I apologize for last week, and I'm so grateful that you're still able to join us this week again. Thank you so much. As we always do, it's a tradition on the show that we. All right, welcome, sir. It's a tradition on the show to always have our guests introduce themselves, because it's like I said, it's always better to do justice to who you are. I can say all kinds of things about you, but you would be able to tell exactly who you are.
You went off.
What you do.
You went off.
Hello, can you still
hear me? You went off. I didn't get that.
Okay, I'm going to repeat. I'm going to repeat it briefly. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
So
I can hear you now.
Thank you, sir. So I just want you to do a little bit of introduction of who you are, what you do, and just give us an insight into who Mr. Dele Ibitoye is.
Okay. Thank you very much, my host. As you rightly said, my name is Dele Ibitoye. I'm an engineer by training, but an agri business entrepreneur by profession. I call myself an accidental farmer, so to say, or accidental cash crop farmer, because I have always been involved in farming one way or the other, right from when I was a little lad, maybe about 5 or 6 years old. That was with my grandfather. Now later on, I got back into farming years later, and I happened to now inherited the farm that I helped my grandfather to establish about 4 decades prior.
Wow.
So that was actually what prompted me into focusing on tree crop farming, which other people call cash crop. Understand? Oh. So part of what we do is we consult. We do agro consulting, and we also sell agro tools. Because of my engineering background, we are able to put together some simple tools for our farmers, simple handy tools, modern tools. We we import and we also fabricate locally. But my passion in agri business is tree crop farming, which I said I accidentally got back into it.
Yeah.
After I have foraged here and there, I stumbled into it again, and here we are today.
Wow, thank you so much for that brief introduction. You say you stumbled into it. I would say that's what you're meant to be doing anyway. That's why you're back in it. Because my someone always tell me that if you keep coming back to something over and over again, it means that you're meant to be doing it. So
yes,
you're where
certainly.
you're meant to be. So we're thankful, and that's why we have you here on the show. So when you talk about cash crop, you've also mentioned it, tree crop, right?
Yes,
so
tree crops.
So what are the kind of products, or what are the kind of type of farming we call cash crop? What do a cash crop farmer, what do they farm? What kind of products do they farm?
Now, we define cash crop or tree crop, so to say, as a crop that you will plant once and harvest many times for several decades. And trees generally fall into this category of crops. That is why we now call them tree crops, because actually other crops too gives you cash. But then tree crops are the type of crops that you plant once, and once they are stabilized, you continue to harvest for like 40, 50, 60 years. For example, cocoa can do 50 years, 60 years. Avocado can do 60, 70, 100 years.
Wow.
Kola nut can do 50, 60 years. Coconut can do 100 years. Palm can do 100 years.
100 years.
So, yes, certainly. Wow. We have some palms. According to its history, that was planted by great grandfather along the edge of the village, and the palm is still there today. And that was in the early 20th century, and it's still there.
Wow. All right. So there you have it, guys. So if we're talking about cash crop, we also mean tree crops, like Mr. Dele already said. So anyone he mentions, just know that's what we're talking about. So how do you, I'm just going to go straight at it. How would you encourage, because this new generation of farmers, they are quick farmers, they want their returns as quick as possible. How do you encourage a new generation farmer to go into because if you're going to be planting a tree that is going to last 100 years, 50 years, it must mean that it's going to take few years for it to actually reach that stage.
Certainly.
Where you start.
It will.
You understand? So how do you encourage young farmers to get into search? Yes, for the future they can make money, but our new generation farmers, they don't think, they want the now kind of cash.
See, thank you, my host. See, knowledge is power. I'll tell you that over and over and over again. Most people don't know that even if they do tree crops, they can still, there are ways to also make money along the way before the tree matures. You understand? See, I also fell into that category of now syndrome some years back. And that was why I said I stumbled back into tree crop farming. You understand? let me just tell you a brief history of what happened. I wanted to go back to farming some years ago. And of course, like everybody else, I didn't want to do a crop that we have long gestation period.
Yes.
So I did several. I did several. And when I mean several, I did almost all. Cucumber. I did fish farming. I did that and I did that. But let me tell you, along the line, those ventures kept on failing. Yes, I failed, and I am not ashamed to say I failed. I got to a point when I wanted to give up. But I told you earlier that when I was a little lad, when my dad was going to the village at that time, I was around 5 or 6 years old, no more than that, to go and visit my grandfather. I used to follow him. Grandfather likes me. I don't know why, but I happen to be his favorite grandchild. So I used to follow him to the farm. At about that time, he was planting his last set of cocoa farming. My grandfather was a big time cocoa farmer. So I helped him as a boy. I just followed grandpa to the farm. I helped him to establish those farms. So fast forward, grandpa died. He left the farm to my uncle, which is my father's senior brother.
Yeah.
Fast forward, my father's senior brother died. So now my dad became the oldest male child. And as tradition demands it, he was supposed to take charge of the asset of his father, which is now my own grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah.
That time, about 40 years or so have elapsed from the time I helped grandfather to plant and the time my dad wanted to now take over the farm. So I happened to follow him to the farm at that time. So and that was my first time of going back to that farm after about that 40 years.
Yes. And
lo and behold, my grandfather's oldest staff, who was still around, was one showing my daddy around the farm. This is this farm, this farm, this farm. And we got to a place and he was telling my dad that Papa said this place belonged to so and so. I was there with him. And my dad looked at me. I look at him too. And lo and behold, those were cocoa trees that I helped granddad to plant about four decades earlier.
Wow.
Do you understand? Meanwhile, you remember I said I have done a lot of other agri
ventures,
businesses. As at that time, it was my lowest moment in agri. Now, and that was the time I fell into inheritance of that cocoa farm.
Wow.
You understand? So on that day, I still saw those trees that were still fruiting and bearing fruit. So at that very moment, I made up my mind that I was going to add 3 crops to what I was doing in farming. So that's why I said I stumbled into it. Now I said it was a low moment for me. I was low on cash. Now because I happen to be the first son of my dad too, the family now agree that for that year that I should take all the proceeds from the cocoa farm.
Wow.
So lo and behold, after that year, I got close to a little over 2 million naira, and that was what started me again in farming. And I was now then, and I said, wow, then I am going to now add 3 crops to whatever I am doing in farming. Now, look at trees that I have planted 40 years before. Now still bearing fruit for me 40 years later. So it now shows that if somebody has struggled to do it then, that person will still be enjoying it now.
Enjoying it, yeah.
So, and I went for further training on cocoa farming. And of course, we know that everybody cannot do cocoa.
Yeah.
And of course, there are other 3 crops apart from cocoa. So I got trained, I got knowledge. Then we started preaching that anybody that wants to go into long-term farming should at least plant some trees. See, when you plant trees are normally planted with spaces in between.
In between them. Yeah.
These spaces, instead of allowing it to lie fallow for weed, can be used to plant to do arable farming. And this is where our people are missing it. That's why I said that they can make money while the tree is also maturing. You understand? Anyway, if you plant the trees, you are still going to weed in between. Instead of just weeding fallow land, just plant arable crops. You can plant maize, you can plant plantain, you can plant cassava, you can plant so many things. So while the main crop is still maturing, you start making money from the short duration crop right now. You understand? So so a lot of people fine. You can see plant your arable crop, and if the land is your own, put 3 crops there. So while you are maintaining your arable crop, the 3 crops is growing for you. So that's the way to make it to make money now and still make money later.
And make money later. Thank you so much. That's powerful words of wisdom from you. And you know, from the experiences and everything, you know, we're so grateful to have you on the show. Guys, if you know we're part of the show, please comment, ask Mr. Dele Ibitoye questions, you know, anything you want to ask him, he'll be willing to, you know, share with you. Like I said, we're talking to Mr. Dele Ibitoye, and we're talking about cash crop investments, how to, you know, get our future up in cash crop. Unfortunately, we've lost him. I'm very sure he's going to log back in. So once again, we're talking to Mr. Dele Ibitoye, who is the CEO of Pinfarm Agro Services, and they are into cash crop or tree crops services. So they consult as well and things like that. So we have him back on the show. Yeah. So we lost you a little bit there. It's okay. No problem, sir. No problem, sir. So so we know of cocoa. You've mentioned few cocoa and some other few ones. So can you give us like a detailed list of what are the types of crops we call cash crop and that we can farm? And also because of, you know, nowadays it's not like when, you know, grandfather was during their grandfather's day, where they are able to throw stones and get massive land space and everything. How do people farmland, you understand? So how do we, the new generation, where, you know, lands are just too expensive, but you are able to acquire a few of it. How do people like us get into things like this? You know, I want to secure my now and my future, and also my generational, you know, future, my kids and things like that. How do I, you know, get into things like this without, you know, stretching out on, you know, land? Because you know how land is right now. Everywhere is so just strictly expensive.
without breaking the bank.
The
Yes,
bank,
I understand
yes.
you. And in fact, it is one of the things that we preach. Land is one of the critical factors when it comes to tree crop farming. Okay. Now we consider as tree crops, right? So
Yes.
I will start with cocoa, palm, oil palm, coconut, kola nut is there, bitter kola is there, ogbono, which is what they call bush mango. Avocado is there. At least those are the popular tree crops that we have in Nigeria today that is commercially
viable. Sorry guys, the network is acting up a little bit. Okay, yeah, it's back.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, so those are the commercially viable ones. Yes.
I listed some tree crops.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that. You mentioned cocoa, avocado, the ogbono, which is bush mango. I never knew the English of that, but now I know. So bush, you know, the ogbono, and which other one did you mention again? The palm kernel as well. So those are the few that you mentioned. All right. So yeah. So what do we do about land? Without land, it means that we can't get into cash crops or tree crops, because the land is the most important thing for it. Yeah, we lost him again. Unfortunately, we keep losing him. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the show. You know how it is. It's not always easy connecting to our guest from Nigeria. It's always off and on. But you can still please do comment, click on the like button, share your thoughts about the show or about what Mr. Dele is talking about. Just say something so that we can all talk together on the show. Okay, so he's back again. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us back. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I'm back.
Okay.
All right. I can hear you.
Okay. So what I was saying before you went off was that it means that without land, it's very difficult to get into tree crops farming or cash crop farming.
It is actually difficult. Yes, it is actually difficult because it is a long-term farming.
Yeah.
And in most cases, you need to plant it on your own personal farmland. Even though there are opportunities for people now to do a long lease, so that the entry cost for land can be minimized. For example, yes, in our new community, which we call the Cash Crop Hub Avocado Community, CC Hub, we have a 50 years long lease on that land. So it means that anybody that want to join us only need to pay for for the lease of the land
Mm-hmm.
instead of outright purchase, which normally discourage people from going into tree crop farming.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a 50 years long lease on that land, and at this stage, if you plant anything there now, in 50 years it will have gone. Our children will inherit those farms, and then they will do whatever they think is right.
All right. Yeah, that's so I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I wanted to ask you that is it possible to lease land and things like that. So
yes, it is actually possible, but a lot of people don't know how to go about it. But because of my own background, see, everything just kept on coming back. Let me tell you again, I am from Ibadan, but my grandfather has farmland in Oshun, which he leased during his time. That farmland, we cannot sell it, but we can continue to farm on that land as long as we are not selling it. So it's a long lease. You understand? Which is transferable to the next generation. So if people know how to go about this thing, it is not really difficult. But then we have made everything simple at Cash Crop Hub. People don't need to go through all those routes. Just join us. The land is there. We have over 1,000 hectares in our under our 50 years long lease.
So the Cash Crop Hub that you're talking about, is it like a Facebook group or WhatsApp, or how can, if someone wants to get in touch with you, how do you get in touch?
It is a farming community dedicated to the farming of avocado and coconut, but mainly avocado. Now, I mentioned avocado as part of the viable cash crop. If you can share that document,
okay,
I'll share with you. Can you please?
Definitely.
Can you please share it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the document very well,
yes,
I have actually itemized all the commercially viable tree crops, listing the number of years that it would take for them to mature.
Yeah.
The further investments that you need to do before you can make money on it, which is post-harvest processing and all that. Then if you look at cocoa, for example, even though because of my background and I have flair for cocoa, but cocoa is one of the most difficult crop to get to maturity level, to get to you making very good money. Now, another disadvantage for cocoa now is climate change. Cocoa needs a deep rainforest, and of course, you know that climate change is affecting us.
Yes.
The cocoa farmland is getting depleted, and that is why Nigeria is seriously suffering from. Nigeria, that used to be in the forefront of exploitation of cocoa, is lagging behind. Now, Also look at which one again? Which one is next there?
Oil palm.
Yes, look at oil palm. Oil palm takes like 3 to 4 years to mature.
Yes.
Now, before you can make money from oil palm, you need to further invest in post-harvest processing.
Mm.
You understand? You cannot just harvest oil palm bunch and sell. Well, in the southwest, you cannot do that. You have to process it into palm oil.
Palm oil, yeah.
Now, yeah. Now, look at coconuts, number 3. It takes like 3, 4 years, 3, 5 years.
Sorry, guys. The network seems to be affecting us again. This is a vital information. So, what he's talking about is a tree crop or cultivation and marketing comparison. So, he's got cocoa, oil palm, coconut, cashew, moringa, avocado, mango, lemon, ogbono, kola nuts, and bitter kola, all in the list. And it gives us an idea of how long it takes for each one to be from planting to harvest. So everything is in here. This is like concise information. Export opportunity, local opportunity. This is just a vital information that is sharing here. But unfortunately, he's not been able to hear him again. He's he's frozen on his hand, and we'll hope we'll be able to get him back on there as. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Are you back? Are you back? Yeah, you're back.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was just like reading through rundown of everything you have on there, but you can please go on, sir.
Okay. So I was saying that coconuts.
Yes.
With coconuts, you can just harvest after planting 3 to 5 years, which is is very easy to maintain. But post-harvest handling, coconut is about the easiest to sell. You can just harvest it, dehusk it, and sell it straight in the market. Yes. Now, coconut does not get spoiled easily like the others. It has the longest shelf life in all the tree crops. You can harvest coconut and keep it in the house for months. And of course, you can sell as it is without necessarily investing anything extra apart from planting and weeding. That is for coconuts. Now,
the next one is cashew.
For cashew,
yeah.
Now, 2 to 3 years. Also, very easy to maintain. Yeah, for now, we don't sell it locally. We only export it. And of course, it is subject to what the export market says. You understand? Now, price per ton, international market is about $450, $500 per ton. You understand? And that is for cashew. Now, next is
moringa.
Moringa is good, very excellent crop, but the disadvantages of moringa is that we don't consume it locally, and you need to process it, post-harvest processing before you can actually sell it out. You understand? Now, have we missed avocado? Yeah, we have missed that.
It's the next one. Yes.
Let's go on.
Okay, avocado is the next one.
Is the next one. Now, avocado takes about 3 to 4 years. Mediumly easy to maintain. But the beauty about avocado, if you look at the international price, it sells for between $1 to $2 per fruit.
Yeah.
Now, as presently, Nigeria does not grow avocado commercially.
Yeah.
Only 3 countries in Africa grows avocado commercially, and these are Kenya, South Africa, and Uganda. Now, we have similar weather with most of Uganda and some part of Kenya.
Yeah.
And so some of us now thought that if these countries could grow avocado, why can't we grow avocado too?
Why can't we do it?
It is just because of lack of knowledge. We don't have the knowledge to grow avocado. And it may interest you to know that even some farmers in East Africa, Kenya, are retiring with just 3 to 4 acres of avocado. Some are even doing 1 or 2.
Wow.
You understand? Because the fruit is so valuable that by the time you harvest from a 2-acre farmland, you have like 50 fruit per fruit. You have like 400 on that 2 acre. Multiply. You understand? But we don't know. We lack knowledge for this, and that's why some of us are championing avocado farming in Nigeria today. Now, in the next few weeks, we are going to be launching the National Avocado Society, which will further enhance avocado farming in Nigeria. The meeting is taking place in Abuja, first week of next month. Now, let us go to the next one, mango. Of course, we all eat mango. But the only farm that exports mango from Nigeria today is Murtala Nyako, former governor of Adamawa.
Yeah,
he is the only mango exporter in Nigeria today. You understand? Mango too does not actually require much labor to grow, but the only thing is that you need to grow the species that is accepted internationally.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at let's look at lemon.
Yeah.
Lemon became very, very valuable during the COVID-19 lockdown, because is one of the crop that people use to combat it. So you will see a small piece of lemon, even locally, selling for like 200 naira. You understand? I have a friend who has just 5 lemon trees in his farm. Last year, that's 2021, he made 20,000 on each tree, lemon tree. Now imagine you now have 100 of that on the farm.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, now kola nuts. Everybody knows kola nuts. The Southwest plant it. The Northerners eat it. And the Southeastern people worship it. Worship it. They actually worship it. So kola nut is also a very, very valuable tree crops. And of course, you can just plant a few trees in the farm, leave it there. In about a few years, you have trees that you can harvest. See, why we encourage people to go into tree crop farming is that if you have an array of these tree crops on the farm, it gives you constant cash flow anytime that particular tree is in season.
Yeah.
You understand? It's in season. If you are doing edible crop, for example, you understand? But most importantly, if you want to face these tree crops and you are focusing on it, it is very, very worthwhile. Just look at the inputs and look at the outputs.
The outputs, yeah.
On top of it, as I said, a lot of people don't know that they can still plant their arable crops inside their tree crop farms. So while you are waiting for the tree crops to mature, you can be making money from the arable crops. So I will encourage anybody that wants to go into farming to think about tree crop farming. Whether you want to intercrop it, which is arable cropping, or you want to solely face it. Tree crop farming is actually valuable.
Wow, thank you so much. You've given us so much information, and with this data also that you've shared with us, it's opened. I'm very sure it will open a lot of people's eye, because it has opened my own eye to a lot of opportunities as well. You understand? So I'm so grateful to have you on the show, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys,
thank you very much.
Like I said,
thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, I have a message from Ibrahim M. Makida. So he says, thank you, sir, for the presentation. Please, like, what size of land is required? I know you've touched on that land is very important when it comes to this. So I'm just going to leave you to answer that question.
Land require for what? Which crop? Because each crop has
not
precise.
He's not precise about it.
Minimum land requirements.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about. I know for cocoa, you definitely need a large sum of land. So for things like palm oil, moringa, avocado,
for commercial farming.
For commercial, what can you look into the size of land? Okay, minimum size of land that you can start with.
We encourage a minimum of 5 acres. A minimum of 5 acres if you want to go commercial. You want to retire on it. Minimum of 5 acres. is good for any of the crop.
Any of the crops.
Minimum.
All right. There you have it, guys. Minimum of 5 acres you can start with. So you don't have to have the hectares of land or the massive, 2,000, 5,000 hectares of land. You can start with 5 acres, and and this would last a lifetime for you, and it's going to be passed on to your generation as well. The other thing I wanted to bring you back to, sir, is about the leasing of land. Can we get more information? Because I know I want to know, and I'm very sure intending farmers, especially in the diaspora and everything, that wants to invest into farming, because I know this area of cash crop is one of the best way to invest for especially people out of Nigeria. So it's one of the reasons why we have this show. So because
is the best is
yeah, go on, sir.
Come again, please. I didn't get that.
So what I'm saying is that like me being
you were breaking off.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Like me being abroad, I know one of the best way for me to invest my in my money and for my future, it would be to get into cash crop farming or tree crop farming, like we say. So the idea of leasing land, can you please talk a little bit more about it? How do you get information? What is the minimum you can lease? What are the prices looking like, and things like that?
To lease land, it depends on each. It differs from community to community. In the community where we have our own cash crop avocado farm estates, the king of that community actually invited us that we should come and establish the farm estates in his domain. So he gave us that land on a long lease, and sorry,
yeah,
I went off. Yeah, so it depends on each community, but then whenever you want to do long lease, please involve the chiefs and the baales, because they are the custodian of the land of that community. But then, hey, as I said, we have done all this work in our own farm estates, so people don't need to start going from one baale to the next. They can just key into it. The land is there. We've done all the paperwork. The land is there. They just pay their leasehold, and they move in.
Okay, so like, can you give us a little bit of information on that estate, where it's located, if I want to get into it? Because I'm just like, okay, I want to get into it as well. What do I need to do to get to be part of your farm estate?
Now, the CC of Avocado, the cash crop of Avocado farm estate, is in Ado Awaye Kingdom of Oyo State, which is Okeogun area of Oyo State. It's 2 hours drive from Ibadan, and from Ibadan it is actually motorable right inside the farm.
Okay,
and it's 2 hours from Eleyele, Ibadan. Now, what we design the farm estate to be is that It is mainly for avocado farming. And our target is to export avocado fruit in the next 4 to 5 years. So we are taking it 1 hectare at a time.
Yes.
Mr. A subscribe for the lease. Yeah, he can do. He can plan his farm to do 1 acre per year for the next 5 years. So at the end of the 5th year, he or she will have finished planting his farmland. I said we have a 50 years long lease, but we are not paying in 50 years. We are paying in 5 years upfront. For example, this is 2022. We are paying up to 2027.
Okay.
Just 5 years upfront. You understand? So we pay 5 years upfront, 2027. After 2027, we pay another 5 years upfront. So it is a 50 years long lease, but renewable every 5 years.
Every 5 years, okay. And what's
and we are doing only avocado and only avocado and some part of it coconut.
Oh, okay. So what's the minimum land you can acquire with you guys, and what's the price, say, for an acre, for 2 acres?
The minimum land there is the minimum hectare is just 2 hectares. Oh, I said, so I'm sorry, it's 5 hectares. I wanted to say 5. It's 5. The minimum hectage that you can lease is 5 hectares, which is 12.5 acres. You understand? And the price per hectare, the lease price per hectare is 15,000 per hectare per year.
15,000
per hectare per year.
15,000
naira hectares,
or $15,000.
And you pay for 5 years in advance. 15,000 naira, dollar.
So I just wanted to make sure it's clear. Wow. Okay, guys, especially by people in the diaspora, please.
Sorry,
this is a way for you to invest in your future, in your kids' future. A lot of us, we are here we work so hard, and we look for places to tie down our money and things like that. This is just a wonderful place to 15,000 naira for an hectare of land. You can't get it any better. So guys, get on top of it. Get in touch with Mr. Dele and Pinfarm Agro Services. Talk to them and everything. So sir, I'm definitely going to be contacting you. I'm going to be talking to you after the show is done, so that we'll talk more on this, and I'm very sure a lot of people as well would want to get in touch with you. Is there a contact number that we can have? Is there a contact number, like a WhatsApp number or something, that I can share online so that everybody can
certainly
be able to? Yeah. So yeah, you can please just
share. I type it or call it out?
Just call it out. Yeah, when you're ready.
Okay. From Nigeria, that is +234.
Okay.
+234.
Okay.
08 0.
That's
I'm sorry.
80.
+234. Then 806.
806. Okay.
880.
Okay.
63.
Sorry, can you start that again?
6324.
So can you start from the
94
80?
plus 234.
Okay.
80.
Okay.
63.
All right.
24. 94.
Okay.
57.
So I'm going to repeat that.
63249457.
63249457. Yeah, so I have the contact number scrolling at the bottom for Mr. Dele Ibitoye, CEO of Pinfarm Agro Services. We've talked a lot about opportunities in cash crop investment or tree crop investment today, and he's giving us so much information. He's opened our eyes to a lot of things that we never knew was possible, especially for my people in the diaspora, someone like me that wants to invest into agriculture but want to it's as minimal as possible, and if you can lease land, you don't have to buy the land, you can lease it for a long period of time, and you can get started farming and investing into this as well. And he's been able to give us some information on some of the type of tree crop farming that can be done and things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching us today. I just want to keep going on and on with him because I'm so excited with the information that I've been able to get from him. But it's it's been an hour already, so I'm definitely going to have to bring Mr. Dele back on the show again with his approval, as of course. I'm going to be contacting him on that number and talk to him again. So, can I have your last words, sir? Hello, sir. Are you there? Hello? Oh, we lost him again. The phone is frozen. While we're waiting for him to come back, like I said, he's been able to share some vital information with us. So sir, I was just asking you to give us your last words, advice to farmers and intending farmers as well. Hello, are you there, sir? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sir. I was just giving a brief rundown of everything.
Hello, I can hear you.
I can hear you too now. I was just giving a brief rundown of everything we've spoken about, and I was also I want you to please give us your last words,
Okay.
to farmers and intending farmers.
Thank you very much. I want to say that, as I said, I stumbled into tree crop farming when I was down. Proceeds of tree crops actually lifted me up, and ever since then, I have fell in love with tree crops. I will advise anybody that wants to go into agric to also have a portfolio of tree crops. so that you will have something to fall back upon at your old age. The trees that you take care when you are young will take care of you when you are old. Thank you.
All right, that's a powerful word of wisdom. The trees that you take care of when you're young will take care of you when you're old. I like that. I think I'm going to get that on a t-shirt. Definitely. Thank you so much, sir, for the information. I'm so grateful to have you on the show, and I hope we'll be able to get you back anytime we call in again.
Thank you very much.
So I hope we'll be able to get you back anytime we call in again.
That's no problem.
All right.
Just give me ample time.
Ample, yeah, we'll definitely do
Just
that.
give me ample time. I'll be delighted to share more info on our avocado farming.
Okay, and hopefully we'll be able to come to your farm hub, because I want to get on board as well. So I'm going to contact you when we're done. I believe the number we have here is on WhatsApp as well. Okay. Yeah, so I'll definitely contact you immediately the show is done.
Yes,
I want to get on board
number
as well. So
yes,
yeah, okay, sir. All right. So there you have it, guys. I'm so grateful to everybody for joining us on the show today. And for those that you are going to watch us later,
I'll be expecting
all right, sir. So for those that are going to watch us later, thank you so much. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up, share with your families and friends, and remember what we always say: always plant something, farm. You know, understand? No matter how little it is, let's get on board on farming, because that's just the way to life. That's just the way I see it. It's a way to life, you know. And if you see a farmer, sometimes do say thank you, encourage them, because they're doing a lot of work to get food on your table. So thank you guys for joining us once again.
Yes. Yes, I encourage them.
There you go. So we
Food
said
to the table.
It's true. They are you know, they're doing a lot to bring food to your table. So say thank you to them, appreciate them, you know, because it's not easy at all, especially in a place in Nigeria, you know, so it's not easy. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Hopefully we're going to be coming back next week again, and we'll bring someone else on the show, and we'll let you know. So I'm going to be signing out now. Thank you, sir, for joining us. I'm going to be signing out, and do have a wonderful day. Cheers.